This is the podcast, not an interview. This is a conversation. No gimmicks, just reasons. 84 reasons. Come holler at me.
What up, everybody? I am Ben Troop. This is 84 Reasons. And listen, we starting early today. I mean, most of the guests, man, they want to come through later on. Listen, Kamari said, look, man, I get up before the Roosters down here in Gainesville. And the thing about it is, my next guest, the most anticipated, if I can remember, the most highly requested, if I can remember, finally with the Bradenton, got us a big-time player from IMG. Get a chance to show what he can really do in a new offense. We're going to get to the new defense coordinator, but the hard-hitting Mr. Quarterback of the defense himself, the great Kamari Wilson. What's going on with you today, Kamari?
What's going on? I'm blessed. Thankful to be on the show.
Now, Kamari, look, I know the season, I know the spring is winding down, but hearing a lot of great things. But I got to ask, this offseason has been a little crazy as far as like the coaching carousel. Not going to really get into the guys that's not here no more, but Corey Raymond goes from cornerbacks coach to DBs coach. How much is it having a guy like Corey Raymond, who, to me, I think is the best DB coach in the country, coaching the entire DB room?
Well, Corey Raymond, he always, put his input in things and, critique my technique a little bit. And he's just been a little more aggressive with it and, letting me know everything I need to know. And just from like a technique standpoint, he's a great, outstanding coach. And he going to love you hard and coach you hard. That's one thing about him. And the new coach, Coach Armstrong, he's putting a lot into us as well. So it's like a combination of both of them. And it really is a blessing to have both coaches to input things into us and all the safeties, because you can see the development rising. And, and it's just not teaching us about, the plays and, just the schemes. He's teaching us football, football, the combinations, what routes we're going to get out of this backfield set, like what routes we're going to get out of this formation, what runs we're going to get out of this backfield set. And it's just, increasing our football knowledge. And that's making us play faster as a group and as a unit.
When you saying being able to recognize formations, that's the maturization of football. Like, football, you've been playing it your whole life, and when you go, all right, they're in there 2x2, all right, they're in there 3x1. Oh, they got the two, they got Etienne and Johnson in the backfield. Being able to recognize formations, shifts. How much faster do you play when you going, all right, man, I can diagnose it? That's one thing to not saying you do this, but they always say the difference in the safety making a play and not in the play is 1 second. Man, I may have hesitated 1 second and I got there a little late. How much faster do you play, Kamari, knowing that, man, I'm seeing what the defensive coordinator sees?
It's just crazy because you could just tell by my performance. Last year, it was freshman year. I was still learning. I was still trying to, pick things up, and I was relying on my athletic ability more than my mind. And this offseason, I made sure I put extra work into the film room with my coaches so I could be a smarter, faster player. And you can see it on the field. I'm playing way faster. I'm diagnosing the plays faster. I know the why go back. I know I might get this run. I know counter GT, they going to guard, going to pull, I know where to run. I know where exactly to fit at. And a lot of people don't know is that football, it goes hand to hand, like with athletic ability and knowledge. You got to be a smart football player to play at a high level. And, my coach that left always put that into me, and the coach that's came in is really putting that into me. And, Napier, came and told me he had a plan for me, and he wanted me to work that plan. And he know I want to be great, and it's just like them, all together, just molding our team into a better team. And you can see it if you see the practices. You see us scrimmage. We the Gators back, hard hitting, physical, fast. Disciplined Gators. We back.
You keep mentioning Coach Anderson, Austin Anderson, the new defensive coordinator, 29 years old, young enough to what did Jay-Z say? Listen, man, I'm young enough to know what car to drive, but old enough to know not to buy it. Like I'm young enough to do it, but being able to resonate with you is the thing that coaches have to do. There used to be a time you know how this, Kamari. You come in, whatever the coach say, that's what it is. Coach Anderson said, "No, man, it's my job to adjust to them. It's easy for one guy to adjust." So the reason why I say that is he said, man, we negotiate with a hammer over here. We ain't missing no words. Talk about Coach Anderson, how been there a short amount of time, but seem to have really, really won you guys over.
Yeah, Coach Austin Armstrong, he's a great dude. He's a more than football type of guy. And having a coach like that loves you and he believes in you makes you want to go as hard as possible, picking the people in the backup, it makes the whole defense want to play even harder because they know, coach got your back. Any situation, coach got your back and we got his back, and he's really about relationships. He met everybody before we even touched the football. Like he made sure that he met with everybody, know everybody's name, and he told us and he asked us what do we need in the defense or what we want in the defense, and how we want to play, and seeing what we thought about it. And once we came up with that goal, he told us what goals we should have as a team, and we put that together, and we just been working those goals every day, grinding. And you're gonna see players that were backups that's like leader roles now. It's crazy because we grind. It's just we got a special team together, and I feel like God's plan was to bring him here, and it's helping us to do great things.
Kamar, what does that say to you as a player? You got a new defensive coordinator, and the first thing you said, man, he taught us all individually first. Like first he sat us down individually, but then he said, hey, Kamar, what do you want to do? Like, what do you want this defense to look like? How much did that make your eyes kind of pucker up and say, do you really, you serious? Because it's one thing for a coach to ask. It's another thing for them to apply it. Because you probably saying, look, man, don't ask me. When we get out there on the field, it's the same thing we did the day before. Him really saying, Kamari, look, dude, the two guys that run the defense are middle linebackers and safeties. They run it because y'all getting guys lined up. You the last line of the fans. What did that mean to you knowing you like, man, I'm only a second-year guy, and I got this guy telling me what do you want the defense to do? How did that make Kamari Wilson feel knowing that, look, man, I'm going to be in the star role this year no matter what, but at least I got a defensive coordinator that wants to see me shine in this defense?
It just was a blessing because I had another great coach, and he has some similarities to my other coach that just left, but he's a little more aggressive, and I love it, aggressive. And just from standpoint of him talking to me like that, wanting to hear what I was gonna say, it really got me to like him even more. Like get comfortable around him even more because the first thing we talked about was the Gator DNA. Like, what's going to be the standard on this defense? What is going to be the Gator DNA? What people going to see every time we step on the field? Hard, fast, physical, smart, playing with technique every play, discipline, defense. The Gator DNA, and that's what we stand by. And great thing about Coach Armstrong is like when we go into meetings, like we go pumped up. Like it's like once you come into that door, you're out of yourself and into the team. And that's one thing that I loved about him because it's a team thing. It's everybody. We need everybody. We need all 22 players on defense to do their job, even if they not playing like on the field, And it's about that, and that really hypes us up. He brings the energy. We all bring the energy. It's crazy this year. Like we go in meetings, we turned up, we ready, we loud, we ready to learn, we ready to beat ass in the film room.
Who got the most juice out of Coach Anderson and Coach Spence, man? Cop the K out because I'm putting Kamari on the spot because Coach Spence might see this nobody brings that natural juice. Like, Coach, you got to be a little different when you coach D-line. Let's just call it what it is. But Coach Anderson, I'm seeing him out there, man, chest bumping. I'm not saying you picking one or the other, but if you had to say, hey, man, this dude brings a little bit more juice, just a little bit more than the other one.
I'm gonna be a little biased, Armstrong, my coach. But Spence gonna bring the energy every day. He different. Spence, he scream every time I see Spence, he screaming. Let's go, Kamari. Yeah, Spence gonna bring that energy, but Armstrong, I'm just gonna plead the fifth.
Come on, listen. Kamari Wilson has learned in 1 year how to play politics. Kamari, like, man, you ain't gonna get me to go. This dude right here, my coach. This dude right here, I love him, but at the same time, I don't need Coach Armstrong coming to me. What you mean, Coach Spence got more juice than me? Oh, you saw the video? Yeah, I saw. So listen, that's what you learn in college, man. Listen, I don't want to burn no bridges, so I can respect that. Kamari said I would plead the fifth, meaning I got to answer, but I'm gonna just lean this way. But I saw something where you said DBU, man, which is huge to DBs. Like you guys carry on the tradition yourself. And I think about the great safeties of the past, like Ty Johnson, like Marquand Manuel, like Reggie, and those guys, and Ahmad and Black and Major Wright. You were part of that. And I heard you say, look, man, you don't come to Florida if you don't want that smoke with trying to carry on the tradition of DBU. You don't come to Florida if you don't want to be a premier defensive player in that defensive backfield. Why is DBU so important to you?
DBU is important to me because it's more than just DBU. It's a brotherhood. You got to have that brotherhood to be a DBU. Ahmad Black came to talk to us and, a couple other players, and they told us, like, we asked them, like, how was the DBs back in the day? Like, y'all used to be DBU. We trying to bring that back. What's going on? And, he poured knowledge into me. It's more than football. Like, if we went out to eat, we all going out to eat. If we go kick it at my crib, we all going to go kick it at my crib. And I feel like this year we're more together. Corey Raymond pours into us because DBU is big, more than football. And, I feel like I love my boys over anybody in the country. And we've been working. And I like hand for hand all my guys. And we're going to see more this year because we let our work talk more than us. We let our actions talk more than our words.
You were a guy last year, Kamari, that had to grow up fast. Everybody wants to come to college and play early. It don't matter what the position is, right? But DB is a little bit different because no matter what, man, you on an island, you got to see the whole field. You usually the last line. You got to be a for sure tackler, open field. I got to be able to cover, in the slot, tight ends, receivers coming, whatever the scheme may be. But Trey Dean, you and him had a special bond last year, man. If what people don't know about Trey Dean, man, he being a senior, obviously he had some ups and downs. Talk about the support he gave you, man. When you had to go in, when he said, "Hey, Kamari, you up this week?" Most seniors, they gonna either bicker, they gonna become a distraction. Trey didn't do none of that. You talk about relationships and DBU. Talk about the relationship when you and Trey Dean, man. He was in a tough position last year, but he still stepped up as a teammate to give you that support you needed.
Trey Dean, people see him as I don't know, some people don't like him, some people do. But one thing about Trey Dean, he's the hardest worker I ever seen in my life. Like, when I got here, we had some conversations. He's a great dude. He was kind of playing a big brother role this year, telling me what's going on around campus, showing me around campus, just like, taking me out to eat, me and the other freshman, Miguel Mitchell, he'll take us out to eat. We'll just chop it up. He's a great dude. And once I got my turn to get in, and he'll be like, "It's your turn now. Like, turn up. You got this." And another thing that I loved about Trey Dean, he was a God-fearing man. God-fearing man. Before every game, he'll read his Bible. Like, I respect Dean. And I respect him because he wanted to see me do great. Same with Rashad Torrance. Rashad Torrance wanted me to be great, and I loved Rashad Torrance too because he was a hard worker too, and he was so smart. One of the smartest players I didn't seen, and both of them would kind of pour into me, let me know like, okay, on this technique, what helps them fit more? Like, what do they do? Like, they can put a step like this and open up a little more and to help it make it easier. Or reading the quarterback, they'll give me little tips. And I love those dudes, and I'm gonna miss those dudes for life. They're my brothers for life. I say that them are two relationships that I love that I made since I came here.
I've heard earlier, during camp, man, how you moving faster. Like they said, man, Kamari, man, he's out here because you're in a great. Safeties are either one or two ways. Either they direct traffic, or man, they're a thumper. You both. You direct traffic, but you want to people, man. That's what I do. It's like when I'm hitting people, I'm in the game. But at the same time, you talked about Corey Raymond saying, listen, I'm teaching you life and football, meaning you can apply whatever I'm saying on this field of life. Corey Raymond he's a attention to detail saying, listen, Kamari, you just take one step to the left and you right there. You take one step to the right. When you comfortable, when Kamari Wilson is out there, you say, look, bro, I'm comfortable. I know what we doing. I know what they doing. I know what they trying to do to us. How much more dangerous are you as a player when you going, man, when I don't have to think and I could just read and react, I'm going to be hell to deal with out here on this field.
I would say I'm 100% better. I wish I had this knowledge last year because I'm playing way quicker. I'm playing better than a lot of people expected because all I needed to know was that knowledge so I don't have to think. And I know it, and I applied it every day. I went through my playbooks. I just grinded in the dark, and it's just showing to the light now. And this year, you're going to see a lot of that from a lot of players because we know the game of football now. And it makes us quicker. We know why we do things. And, our young bucks, our freshmen, our freshman safeties, you're going to see a little bit of them too. And they dogs. They dogs. And I'm applying to them boys just how Trey and Dean did to me. And they going to be real good too.
And Kamara, it's funny. Kamara saying young boys. And Kamara might be the same age as the freaking freshmen. Talk about them young boys. The boys got the boys in the same year. But that's when you made the jump. When you say, listen, when I can pour into these other safeties, I can say, listen, I'm going to give y'all the same thing Trey and Torrance gave me. I ain't going to hold nothing back. Because if I'm confident in what I do, man, I can give it to y'all. But I'm also going to show y'all how it's supposed to. Every time I step out there on that grass, I'm going to show you how it's supposed to look. I'm not saying you ain't doing it right when you ain't in that, when somebody's in the other, you, Kamari, but that's when you know. Like when Trey is showing you how he works, leading by his faith, supporting you when it's your time, that's real football. Because you're saying, look, man, the best player's going to play. It ain't personal. Coach ain't playing favorites. The best player's going to play. But at the same time, too, when people say, man, I want to play, there's a player on the team that don't want to play. But to those young men who are still in high school, who think they want to play big-time football, could you tell them what it really is? Because everybody think they got what it takes to do it. You do it. Please tell them boys, man, this ain't for everybody.
It's not. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. You got to have a different type of mind to play in the SEC, especially for the Gators, because we practice hard. We practice hard every day consistently. You got to love this. You got to love this to play this every day. People out here fold. They will fold. Like, you got to work. Some days you have a bad day. That don't matter. You got to come out here and work. And that's one thing I love about our new DC, Austin Armstrong. You're out of yourself and into the team when you walk in that room before practice. So, everybody been doing that, and you can see the consistency. And one thing about it, one thing that I used to struggle with, that I had to train my mind to be better with, is consistency. Every play, every day, bring it 120%. And that's going to change the game. And I feel like, and this is not for everybody, I promise you, you might love football for 2 days, 3 days, but it's different when you got to do it for 3 weeks constantly. And you got to be consistent at it. And once you be consistent at it, that's dangerous.
Every single team, no matter who they are and what they are, take on the personality of their head coach. Obviously, 2022 as a whole didn't go the way the team wanted record-wise, but y'all was in every single game. It's not no game that y'all weren't in. Second year for you. Second year for Billy Napier. I don't know what phase y'all on, Kamari. Y'all got more phases than a good Lord. Y'all on a different phase every week. It's identity, it's love, it's cherishing, whatever it is. But whatever it is, Billy Napier seems to be a guy that y'all go to bat for. Because when I hear y'all talk about him, y'all saying don't let that overall record fool y'all, man. This the dude for the job. And if y'all sleep on us in 2022, we gonna wake all y'all up in 2023.
Oh, most definitely. We all, and the whole team playing hungry. We hungry. We see all that disrespect. They disrespecting us, but it's all good though, because we gonna show them. We ain't gonna talk about it. We gonna be about it. And what Napier is all about, that I love, because I'm about that too. And when we met, we kind of had that type of bond, because Napier's all about the work. He's all about the work. You gotta work. You gotta plan it out. You can't wake up and just go about your day. You have to plan it. He's all about planning it and working out your plan. And and he helped me better myself as a person just by planning. Simply, like, he gave us a calendar and we had to plan our whole day, like the whole week, for every week. And we're just working through our plan. And just more than football, out of football and football. And the type of person I am, I'm about the work, because that's how I got here.
All right, Kamari. You get to go up again. No more Anthony Richardson. No more the human Hulk over there. His body just ain't green. You get, and I love you, Graham. You get a quarterback now coming from big time program transferring in. You get to see him every day. What are your early impressions of Graham Mertz?
No, he's a leader. You can see it when you walk to him, when you talk to him. He's definitely a leader. He comes around the locker room, dap everybody up, make sure he talks to everybody. That's one thing I love about Graham, relationship type of guy. A good teammate. He comes to me, talk to me, talk a little trash sometimes. Then go around the weight room, dapping out everybody up. And he's just a great dude. And, he been working and Jack Miller been working, and they battling right now. It's kind of exciting because they're getting both better. So we gonna see.
It's funny that you mentioned the trash talk, right? Like, Graham Mertz, he doing a little sportsmanship, like, "What's up, Kamari?" And then he kind of give you a look, and you give him that look like, "You throw that what you throw you do that what you did yesterday." I'm telling you, because to me, that's the thing, right? Like, DBs, y'all the only position that y'all will say, "Hey, dude, I want you will study all week for one formation, one route." Like, bro, they're gonna try to come out this one. They're gonna try to, and I'm gonna pick it. Like, cause I see it. Y'all the only positions that do that, cause y'all memory is so. Somebody said, "What happened, Kamara?" Man, he ran a dig. I know he tried to get me with that double move. I know they was running that backside. Y'all got to see it, but when Graham come up to you, you looking at Graham, but listen, Graham, I love you, but I'm gonna do. If you do it, because that's what makes football fun, right? It's the healthy. If you take a trash talk out of sports, man, it ain't the same sport.
It's not.
And people don't understand that. People don't understand the fact that, like, trash talk just let cats know, "Hey, I'm here now. Listen, I respect you. I love you. I respect your game. But I'm here to make plays too. I ain't going to the DB room
Yep.
saying, hey, Kamara, you could have had that one." No, bro, I'm gonna pick it off. I'm gonna run a couple of steps. Tell the receiver they ain't that fast. Like, you wouldn't have caught me, Xavier Henderson. I would have outran you to the end zone. I'm just letting you know. Talk about that brotherhood part of saying, "Look, man, we keep each other sharp because we talk the trash," especially y'all Florida boy. If you from anywhere in Florida, y'all repping where you from first. Good Lord, hey boy, you repping where you from first, and then you repping your position second.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I talk trash all the time. Every time I see him, get ready to throw me a ball. I be talking trash to him and Jack. It's just funny. And we all get to talking trash right after practice. Right after practice, we would go to a locker, talk a little junk, and it's just funny. And it's just like, team. They know it's all love at the end of the day, but you ain't getting nothing. Not even a pass off. We don't want no passes off, no catches. We don't. That's the standard. Nothing. No touchdowns.
How the DBs and receivers? Y'all got the craziest little relationship you ever seen. Y'all could be roommates on the, off the field, but on the field, it's almost like y'all just have it's like a natural dislike. Like I don't dislike him, but you can look at Xavier Henderson, like you'll tell Xavier Henderson, boy, if I was as tall as you, if I was as tall as you, Zay, it's over with. Or you over there telling Pearsall, listen, this ain't the Pac-12, homeboy. I saw you out there at Arizona State, but talk about, because y'all boys do one-on-ones every day. Y'all boys going through. Then you got 7-on-7. Then you got certain matchups, like What is that DB wide receiver relationship at Florida? Because that's probably the most unique. Because it's a bunch of y'all, bunch of DBs, bunch of receivers. You got tall DBs, you got shorter DBs, you got bigger DBs, you got tall receivers, quick receivers, shifty receivers. But to DBs, y'all look at receivers and go, yeah, he all right. He good. He do his thing. He know what it is. When it's up against me, he know what it is.
Yeah, I'll say all the receivers, they like my little brothers. I'll say that. The receivers, I'll say they dislike me the most. They dislike me the most because they gotta block me. And they know what happens when they try to block me.
Oh my God. And then, wait a minute. You just said so, because in this offense they got the block. We gonna run the ball.
They have to in this bathroom every time.
So hold on. So what they don't understand is Coach Gonzalez say, get in there, get Kamari. You like, yeah, dig me out. Yeah, dig me out. So they can take it 80. You look at them like, listen, bro, I have to come on blitzes and hit offensive linemen. I got to take on tight ends. Listen, I love you, Ricky Pearsall, but you think you finna come up in here and dig me out? Boy, if you don't get up out of here with that.
The thing they don't like, I act like I don't see them. And last minute when they try to I hit them. The O-line don't like me either because I love being in the trenches. They hate me. The O-line, they don't like me.
So hold on.
After practice, it's love. We love each other. But in practice, oh yeah, they hate me.
No, hold on. So I can already see it. So y'all over there eating, and then y'all come in, and then you just say you got a good one off on Ricky Pearsall today.
Oh yeah.
And you just get your food, act like you don't see him. You be like, hey, then Ricky go, what's up, Kamari? You be like, hey, you all right? Because I kind of, remember I got you on your chin. That's the part of football. That's the part that you love the most, because it's like people go, man, our receiver's tough. Yeah, man, they have to go up against ID. The only time they get to see each other for real is in the spring, and maybe like a couple of times in the fall. Because once football really go with the real football, man, well, then you don't see them jokers no more. It's help squads at that point. But yeah. Kamari, did you just say, do you make him think you can't see him? He think I can't see him. He think, he's gonna come in motion to get it. And I'm coming down. We go into cover one high, and I'm gonna blow him up.
Blow him up every time. And the linemen, they hate me even worse. The linemen hate me worse because I tell them you better do some push-ups before practice because I'm coming.
Oh, yeah, see, and that's football. When I played, it was Marquand Emanuel, it was Gus Scott, it was the old type of what is it about the safety, man? Because y'all got to do it all. You got to be a for sure tackler. You got to be able to cover. You got to be able to get guys lined up. You got to be able to see when no one else sees. Like somebody go, come on, I saw it. No, I saw it. I saw it. No, but this is the thing. You got to be able to run that alley. Boy, if you catch somebody, like everything, listen, the field go from this to, we got a little alley. And it's you and Montreal, or it's you and E.T., you saying, boy, I love you. But, boy, if you did what you did yesterday, but the only reason why I ain't do it like that because I love you. I could have, listen to me. The only difference in me and you is you got that pigskin, boy. I was finna separate you from that thing. That was the perfect hit. Talk about learning how to practice, because people go, oh, Kamari could have knocked him out. No, I'm not going to knock him out. That's my teammate. Now, in the game, he might get knocked out. But learning how to practice, like saying, Coach, I could have. Yeah, you could have. Like, just say for some odd reason, Jack or Graham leave one of the receivers out to dry, and you run by the receiver, go, whoa, boy, I would have. And you look at Jack and them like, boy, y'all better Well, I better go back over that with that, because that's the thing about football that gets lost is we got to take care of each other out there on that practice field.
Yeah, I most definitely had a lot of opportunities like that, and I just didn't do it. It's not a scrimmage, and plus, like if especially 7-on-7, no, we ain't gonna hit you in 7-on-7. But in team, I had a lot of plays I could have laid them out, but I'm gonna just try to get the pick, or I'll just let it be. Because one time, let's say if the quarterback overthrow it and it touched your fingertips, could I could have did it to him. I said no, I'm gonna let it be. Because it's always a time and place for that, and it's football.
Mm-hmm.
And going here, they're gonna try to Napier is gonna try to expose every weakness in the defense. So you're gonna get a chance again. And like it's always a period, like team, it's the third period. You know, they run in that middle. Now you gotta meet me. Now it's gonna get scared.
Allow him to reintroduce himself. His name is Kamari. Like this is what. But Kamari, man, you grew up last year, man. Regardless of how you grew up last year, and what is that feeling like? Like everybody wants to start, no one knows when, and you hope it's not injury. I don't want to start because my brother got injured. I'm ready to start, but what is that like? Your first, I want to say it was Texas A&M or something like that. I can't remember what was it? Who told you? Was it Patrick Tony? Was it Corey Raymond? Who told you were starting? And if we could have put a heart monitor on you, would it have like popped out your chest like, Kamari, you up this week? Like what? No, you starting this week.
Well, the first game I started, I played in Tennessee. I played well that Tennessee game. And then after that, it was Eastern Washington, and they told me I was starting. And the first thing I did, I was like, and I called my mama. And it was crazy. I was ready. And I know Rashad Torrance was beside me, super smart player. He'll help me in every way he could, communicate well, and that helped me get lined up. So, if I'm in with a freshman or anybody else, I communicate at a high level as well because I know it helps out. And my heart was pumping, pumping, pumping. But I've been working in practice, and I got comfortable because I was like game 5 or so, and I was ready to compete, and I did great. And you know, like it's football, you're gonna have to play with some injuries. Like you're gonna have to be a tough cookie, and that's what I'll say. We all did that at a high level. Like we played with injuries, but we still played just for the love of the game and just to help the team.
Y'all Florida boys, man. Y'all love where y'all from, man. Y'all
Yeah.
love it. I mean, y'all run around talking about the county you from. Every other y'all talking to each other saying, "Boy, y'all don't do nothing in Orange County. Y'all ain't doing nothing in Dade County. Y'all ain't doing nothing in Duval County, or y'all ain't doing nothing in Broward, Fort Pierce, though." I
Oh
mean, I'm
yeah.
just saying, like what goes down in Fort Pierce?
Oh yeah. I let them know where I'm from. 772. I always let them know. You know what I'm saying? They know about food pairs. They know
That boy,
Philly. They know about us.
that boy saying, "Listen, I don't do the 904s or the 954s or the 305s. I'm 772.
Seven two.
That's what I do.
Food pairs.
When you for everything you do, Fort Pierce is doing it. Everything, everywhere you go, every move you make. How much inspiration do you provide? Because let's call everybody ain't gonna be no Kamari Wilson. It's just not possible. But every time you get a chance to go back home, man, and you get to talk to the youngster, man, what is your message to them? Especially when they say, Kamari, I want to be like you.
My message to them is crazy because it's a lot of kids down there that look up to me, and there's a lot of kids that know me. So every time I go down there, every time I get a chance to talk to some kids, I let them know first, like straight up, what my mama told me and what helped me. You gotta get your grades. That's the first thing. You gotta have good grades. You gotta keep God first. I tell them keep God first. Keep getting good grades. Well, I know you want to have fun right now because you're young, but that's gonna come. You can get there after the work is done, And if you want to provide for your family, you gotta come. You gotta sacrifice for what you want. You gotta work every day. Like I used to work out in the morning before school, and I used to work out after practice every day, consistently. Beach workouts too, and that used to help me out. And I tell them, stay focused. I know there's a lot of distractions out here. I know you want to have fun, you want to do all that, but it's not worth it at the end. You don't want to be here all your life, and there's a lot of crazy stuff that happened to Fort Pierce, you know, and just going to Fort Pierce Westwood out of high school, I was a great pot winner. Everybody wanted me to go to their school, but I said I'm gonna do it in my city. For my city, I'm gonna be the first one to get an offer for the Fort Pierce Westwood. And freshman year went through the season. Ninth grade year, not even in the season. April 10th on my birthday, I got a call. The University of Florida offered me. I got on my knees and cried. Like it didn't feel weird. And now kids and just keep going and going to IMG to help me be a better player, and kids see that, and me putting into them, just telling them how I got there. They believe in themselves. Now they think they can do it. Now they think they don't got to do this to get money. You can do this. You can get what you want to be. You can use football to go get your education. Get a free education. And that's what it's all about. And I feel like I always said this. I always used to pray about this. I used to always ask God, put me in position to be the best football player, and I'll always give back and spread the word. And that's what I've been doing every time. I have to talk about God because that's the only reason I got this far. And I know where all my power comes from, Him, and not myself. So I make sure I tell the youth that as well.
The voice you can hear right now is the great Kamari Wilson. I'm calling him great because he's destined for greatness. Fort Pierce, Westwood, IMG, Gainesville. That's where he is now, and we ain't letting him go. Now, before I let you out of here, Kamari, look, you obviously destined to do bigger and great things at the football level. Right now, it's college. Dreams and aspirations are going to the NFL. Florida just recently had their pro day, and it was crazy. I'm talking about most people saying representatives. I'm gonna send a position coach. No, that's Mike Tomlin right there. No, that's Doug Peter. They sending the head coach. Like, forget that. I got the head coach. I got the position coach. I got the president. I don't know if you was at pro day and got to see your brother, got to see, Anthony Richards, got to see Trey Dean and Torrance and Javon Dexter and, Brian, Brandon Cox and company. Try to explain that atmosphere, because it's one thing to know it, but you go, oh my God, it's like this, or it's like that. You guys get to go out there and hold court, and all eyes on you. Talk about that experience.
It was crazy. Coaches everywhere. I walk in the building, I'm like, whoa. And it's crazy. We celebrate with our brothers. We got and all our teammates, receivers, DBs, D-line, we got the timer on our phone. Like, okay, Dean, let's go, shot. Okay, let's go, Bernie. Let's go, B. So it was a funny story. So we timed it. Oh, okay, 4-5, let's go. Somebody said, hey, what time did you get on that one? We said 4-5. I looked again. It was the head coach of the Seahawks.
Pete Carroll, like what you like? Pete 4-5.
Pete Carroll? That ain't Pete Carroll. He too nice. They say he's too nice. He was trying to conversate with us too much. That's not Pete Carroll.
That's him. He's looking at his future in the present. He's like, hey, I'm gonna be back here in 2023. I'm gonna be back here in 2024. So let me go ahead and he's gonna say, come on, remember what I gave you the time in 2023. Yeah, that was me. Listen, them coaches, man, listen, you don't think Austin Anderson and Coach Spence and Corey Raymond and Mike Peterson, they know what they're doing. They saying, look, man, they listen the same way you saying that. He's saying, man, I'm on I'm at Florida. I'm talking, Kamari Wilson to get my IMG. I asked him for the time. Because you got to think, coaches' lives are better when they get players like you. Hey, man, if I get a guy like you, man, hey, man, they've been trying to get a Cam. They've been trying to get a Cam Chancellor or a Thomas and those guys since they left. Legion of Boom, they long gone. Ain't no Legion of Boom out there in Seattle no more. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this, Kamar. First and foremost, man, I appreciate you taking the time today. Obviously, stay healthy. But the thing about you that I'm looking the most forward to, man, I remember when you came out, man. Obviously, we had to wait and see because you committed early. I said, man, I hope this boy here, because I know everybody that played football wanted you. So when it was coming down to why, I saw your commitment video, I think you had like 2 parts of it. I'm like, if this boy don't hurry up and say where he going, I'm gonna go to Fort Pierce and I'm gonna say, boy, help me, come on. And when you finally, when you finally did the Gator Chump, I said, oh man, we got us one because the recruiting process for you was crazy. You go to IMG, everybody that coach football wants you. But was it about Florida coming at you early? Like you talking about your 9th grade, man, they came at me early. Before I even get to IMG, they coming at me. Was it because, and shoot, I don't even know who was the coach then. I don't know if it was. I think it might have been Mullen when you first got but was it always gonna be Florida, or did it say, hey man, I'm gonna go through the whole recruiting process, but I am going to Gainesville?
It's like this. I'm not gonna lie, I was committed to Georgia, but Florida always stick around throughout my whole recruitment. Like, Florida always stuck around. And it's kind of like it was God's plan. I prayed a lot. I'm really high in prayer. And before I had the offer to Florida was my first visit ever. I watched Florida versus the Auburn at home, first game ever. I'm like, wow. The crowds really like this. Like, football's really like this. Like, first game ever. I didn't know about SEC. I didn't know about none of that. I just got invited to the game because I worked hard. So I'm like, okay. And once that ball got snapped, I said, this is a different feeling. I want to come here. Like, I want to come here. I want to have an opportunity to come here. It'll be a blessing. And it's like not even the next year, like probably like April that year, I got an offer to the University of Florida. It was crazy.
He is Kamari Wilson. He got merch. Listen, the man got his own merch. Like, if you've ever seen Coming to America when they said he got his own money, this man got his own merch. The man had merch at age 18. I think he recently turned 19. The boy got merch before he even old enough to have an alcoholic beverage. I'm just saying, he is Kamari Wilson repping. I like how he said, look, man, I rep Fort Pierce, right? That's where I'm from. I'm doing it for the city. And listen, man, we love that you at the University of Florida. We've heard some great things. Listen, Graham, Jack, if he pick you off in the spring game, it's because he was waiting, because he didn't seen that route. Like, okay, he think he finna look me off and throw that backside dig and watch I pick it off. And I'm gonna take it to the crib on him. But stay healthy. Listen, man, stay you, man. A lot of times when you get recruited, it's half your athletic ability, it's half you. They want you because when you walking around campus, when you telling people, look, man, yeah, man, y'all may look at me in a stereotypical way, man, but listen, not only am I one of the best athletes, I'm one of the best students at Florida, not just in athletics. Put my resume up against any one of the students, because when the students' life stop, that's when my life begin. I still got to get out there on the field. So I'm going to knock you the hell out on Saturday, and I'm going to ball out in the classroom Monday through Friday. And I'm repping Fort Pierce. That man said the first thing I did when I said I was going to start, call my mama. Mama, what? You ain't going to believe this? They got your boy running out there with that first 11 with the defense. What? Hey, man, keep that. Listen, man, keep God first, man. Keep that humility. I don't got to tell you to work hard. You gonna work hard. And look, man, listen, whenever you pick it off, what is it? Whatever the stadium called in Jacksonville against them Dogs, take it to the crib and look at Kirby Smart and say, yeah, you could have had this, but I rock with them boys in G-Ville.
Oh yeah. I got to. No, I got to.
He
Might hot
and
step a little bit up.
Listen, he and Kamari Wilson, I am Ben Troop. No games, no gimmicks. Not my reasons, his reasons. Kamari, man, appreciate the time today, big time.
Appreciate you.